Both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead, and it's almost that time. We've got basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Tip-off moments away, and State Farm presents the starting lineups. And, guys, taking a look at Dwayne Wade, what will we see from him?
And, Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they'd go to LeBron or Bosh or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have two guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight edge in closing over LeBron. You can play great defense on him, but he still typically finds a way to get the shot he wants.
This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
You know, right now for the Mavericks, you know, they've been right in the thick of things here in the early going. Wins and losses coming in just about equal measure. Basically a 500 team is what they are.
Yeah, a team that's somewhat in limbo, Clark. You wonder which way they'll go, become a true contender, or maybe back to the draft for answers. This season will give them some clues as to which way they're heading. I tell you, last year was an interesting season for the Dallas Mavericks. I thought Rick Carlisle did his best to parse out minutes and try to get guys rest. He did have an older roster, particularly with guys like Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Vince Carter. But it was a tough thing to overcome. They never really could build the momentum that they had found in years prior.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Mayo, that's good.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with Rick Carlisle for just a moment. This is the first time they'll be seeing the current NBA champions, and they know it's going to be a tough battle. Coach said, we need to get out and hit them first. Show the big three that we aren't going to back down from them. It's a mental edge that we need to establish early on. Looks like they'll try to be the aggressors here, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. Carter with it, and Bosh picks him up defensively. Gets it to go. But back to the Mavs a second. You know, when you have a team like that is aging, you know, you put them in a compacted season, a lot of games in a very short window, that normally would not bode well for them.
No, it wouldn't, and they'll play more games this year, but overall I think they'll be better off with more days to rest in between. As a matter of fact, I would love to see the length of the season go back to normal, but the games stay at 66-7.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be awesome.
You'd have great practices, better coaching, fresher athletes. I mean, even the commissioner agreed with you, man.
I think that would be awesome if somehow you could make that happen.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Now, here's LeBron. A 23-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
And with 3 steals, he also showed some grit and toughness at the defensive end.
The drive by Wade over Carter. Again, Dwayne Wade.
Well, the last couple of seasons, Dwayne Wade has shot just around 50%, among the best field goal percentages of his career. And obviously it helps playing with LeBron James. Gets a lot of transition baskets. Really didn't have to take a lot of bailout shots to beat the clock because LeBron was there for some of that as well. And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through him.
The defense that time didn't do quite enough. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to stop him when he gets in tight.
The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
And just going back to the great scoring for Wade just for a minute here, guys. Last season, he and LeBron both really cut down on their outside shooting. It was noticeable and made a huge difference in their percentages and in their effectiveness. They really were looking to attack the paint a lot more.
Heinrich with it. Now Mayo defending. against Heinrich. He kicks to Wade. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. Wade's got 8 points.
You know, he's having a special quarter. 100% field goal shooting. They need to continue to ride it and work to get him good shots. There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Stolen by Carter. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Mayo kicks to Kaman. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Kaman's got his first points in this one.
Well, when you have the talent that Miami has, Kevin, you figure that kind of team is going to be pretty formidable, whether they're playing at home or on the road. The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
That was embarrassing. He's so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands and gets some momentum going towards the basket.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Like you mentioned, Miami very good on the road because they just knew how to put up points. Steve, I guess that's kind of always what it comes down to. Who's going to score the most? But on the road in particular, you got to score a lot.
You got to be able to score and you've got to be able to defend. And Miami did both of those things last year. Obviously, an incredibly gifted team with LeBron and Wade. But third in the league in field goal percentage off.
What a huge play. He would not be denied on that one, no matter what the defender threw at him.
Yeah, he needed just a little more effort to make that stop.
I don't know. I don't think any amount of effort would have done it. I mean, that guy was flying to the hoop.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Dallas again missing.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
They continue to build on this lead.
Yeah, they're trying to get a little more separation, Steve, and they actually have a chance to do it the way they're making plays at both ends.
Back to Mayo. Kicks to Nowitzki. He dishes it to Carter. Hits the close-range jumper. Carter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He gets another one. That's only his second make in 7 attempts, so a little bit of a struggle here to start.
Bosh, that's good.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Nowitzki for 3, and that one's good. Nowitzki's got 7 points in the game.
Now, you guys know the 3 ball is his bread and butter.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Heinrich dishes to LeBron. Bosh, that's a big for LeBron. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. This is his first free throw of the game.
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Free throw good, LeBron. He's off on the second. Haslam, the pass to Wade. The Heat shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Pretty robust numbers from the free throw line, guys. 82% from the line for this team collectively.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Now Kaman. An 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
And a huge rebounding night as well, really controlling the glass. Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
And here is Marion. Nowitzki for 3. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first. Spend your Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. Carter and Marion fill out the wings. Elton Brand is out there with Chris Kaman, and it's Mayo in at the one spot.
How's that for an encore after the offensive board?
That's the only way he knows how to do it. Monster stuff.
Oh, he makes life miserable down around the paint for anybody who's trying to box him out. Well, one thing you can always count on with Dallas is that they're going to be tough to beat at home. That crowd they fill up the arena every single night. They love their team, and of course, coming off the championship year of 2011, you know they'll be streaming through the turnstiles for many years to come in Dallas.
If you don't box him out more effectively than that, he's going to eat you up on the offensive board.
Here's Bosch. Kaman with the block. And Chris Bosch with the slam. Mavericks trailed by 11. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, guys. Dirk Nowitzki, one of the league's top stars, but he hasn't always been one to embrace the spotlight off the court. He's negotiated all his own contracts and has turned down countless offers to endorse various products. Asked why he didn't take advantage of those opportunities, he said, "I always wanted to be a basketball player. Nothing more, nothing less." Kevin, you'd love a low-maintenance superstar.
You said it, Doris. Thanks. And the players on your screen now have been experts with the ball in their hands for the last 10 games, leading the small forward position in assists. LeBron James second. In the third spot, Vince Carter.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. I mean, very unselfish guys at a position that sometimes puts more of an emphasis on individual play.
Most of those guys can take matters into their own hands if they need to. But like you pointed out, Steve, that's not their MO. That's not how they want to roll. They want all 5 players on the floor to be involved in the offense, and that's what they want to facilitate.
Wade gets a screen from Heinrich. Wade kicks to LeBron.
Well, about the only knock on LeBron is just that he can't get it done in the fourth quarter of big games. We saw that in the 2011 finals against Dallas. But, you know, that criticism starts to fade away once you're wearing a championship ring.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, you look at the full package from offense to defense in LeBron, and you know, the thing that's so astounding about him is that he has that innate sense of where his teammates are at any given time. And because of his size as a ball handler, he can see right over the top of defenses and always find the open man.
Yeah, you're all over it there, Steve. And that was the one thing when I first saw him play as a high schooler that jumped out at me, his vision. He's a terrific passer. His passing ability gives him that extra sense to get steals and also be in the right area to anticipate and generate steals. I mean, it's not just offensively where he benefits from his vision, but defensively as well.
Well, Heat leading by 6. And for LeBron last season, finally able to break through in his third finals appearance to win an NBA title, it had to be sweet.
Yeah, sometimes you have to fail before you can succeed. And at long last, a little vindication for LeBron. And I don't think he's done. I mean, before he's done, he wants to win not 1 and not 2, but perhaps he'd like to grab 3 of those titles. And you get the idea. They might have a chance if they can keep that team together and add some pieces.
Heinrich outside with his first shot attempt. That's good on the jump shot. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the 76ers.
And you might not typically mention blocks as the key to a win, but I think you do in this case. They were really dominant defensively.
Well, when you come up with as many denials as they did, rejections that is, it's impossible not to mention. I mean, it was a great game for them defensively.
LeBron kicks to Haslam. With the lead pass, there's Allen. That's good on the assist by Haslam. Haslam's got 3 assists in the game. Mayo dishing to Nowitzki. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Mayo the pass to Jones. Nowitzki lets it go with the 3. The shot no good.
You know, they built their lead here by doing all the little things well.
And one of those things has been rebounding, Clark, because they have really come out and taken control of the boards.
Bosch. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Well, you can imagine when you have the players the Heat have and LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, who can finish at the rim like those guys do, you're going to have a very...
How about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Send a message.
Yes,
sir.
A message, and put it on the highlight reel for later.
Vince Carter, who's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's LeBron. That is good. LeBron's now got 6 in the quarter.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently. 4th in three-point field goal percentage. 5th for free throw shooting. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And what jumps out at me, Clark, is the three-point percentage that you talked about. This is a team that you have to defend all over the floor, and it becomes such a task defensively when you have to cover out to the three-point line, because now it opens up passing and driving lanes inside.
That's good.
And, you know, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but Eric Spoelstra's father was once the general manager of the Portland Trailblazers. And Eric went on to play at the University of Portland, had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Carter kicks to Mayo. Three-pointer. And it's Miami with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Well, not too much went wrong for them in that one, especially offensively. I think it worked out pretty much just as they had planned.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent game plan, and they carried it out very effectively. The kind of game that makes a coach proud.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, but Dwayne Wade, LeBron James tandem in Miami, already one of the best in NBA history, and they push each other to get better every day. As Dwayne Wade said, we compete after practice. Obviously, it's not about keeping score, but after a lot of practices, we'll do a lot of one-on-one work because we understand that competition between us will make both of us better. Kevin, scary for their competitors.
I believe it. Those must make for some good battles, Doris. Thanks. And for Coach Spoelstra, Steve, as you mentioned, family ties in the business of basketball. He's been around it since he was a little guy.
Yeah, he knew relatively early on in his life that he wanted to stay around the game. You know, after college, he played a couple of seasons professionally in Germany, and then ended up at the age of 25 working as an intern for the Heat as a video coordinator. So quite a climb for Eric Spoelstra.
Kaman dishes to Bobo.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Call it hang time and bang time.
Unbelievable.
You got to just shake your head on that one.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for Miami. Free throw, good by Bobo. And so here is Miami. 7-point differential. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
Yeah, this was an interconference matchup a year ago, and they had no problem with it, winning both matchups.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. LeBron shot is off. Carter right side. There's Chris Kaman on the assist by Carter.
Kevin, great finish on the low block. I love it.
Here's Wade. No good. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Heat lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's halftime, and I'm Damon Bruce. An excellent game going on at American Airlines Center. Miami up on top against Dallas. They've been playing very well lately, and it's carrying over into tonight's game. Dwayne Wade with a tremendous first half. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that.
Beautiful view here flying north of the city of Dallas, Texas, as we welcome you back.
Nice numbers from D. Wade. He has 20 points and 3 dimes. He was a man on a mission in the first half. He let it all hang out.
You know, I'm interested to see how much he's got left in the tank for the second half.
The Heat leading by 5. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Miami, at the 2 and 3, the superstar duo of D-Wade and LeBron James. Haslam and Bosh are up front, and it's Heinrich in at the point guard. Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's feistiest defensive teams. Number 1, the Heat.
You know, this year they've been the #1 team in terms of steals. They put an awful lot of pressure on the ball handler, and they also, as a team, do a good job of jamming the passing lanes. Textbook defense is what they play.
Bosh, a screen on Mayo. Heinrich passes to LeBron. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. And, of course, there's the Mavericks. They're much further down in the standings right now.
I think for the Mavericks, they've been nothing more than a pedestrian team, kind of run-of-the-mill. We weren't sure quite what to make of them coming into the season. And as a matter of fact, I'm still baffled by it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just who they are. I mean, it's not a tremendously talented team. Perhaps you would have expected a little bit more out of them, but in the end, they're an average NBA team.
He's a guy that'll take it right into the teeth of the defense. A lot of his points come from inside of 5 feet.
Well, there's probably 2 areas of concern if you're a Miami fan. One is the depth of the front court, and the other is the point guard situation. Although last year I thought Mario Chalmers had an excellent season, and Norris Cole was a surprise, the rookie out of Cleveland State.
Carter drives it, and it's the devastating one-handed jam.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
LeBron with it. He's got 13. Heinrich kicks to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. And there's the feed to Haslam. Another shot. Here's Bosh. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I think that the Mavericks need to change their strategy against Bosh.
He has 8 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
Well, they have to be. I mean, he's not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, I mean, it's his.
Well, back to Miami. If they can see their young players, and Steve was just mentioning this, grow into that point guard role as they did last year, then really, Clark, you know, front court depth will be their only concern going from this point on.
And that's a pretty short list of concerns to have if you're a team. I mean, the Heat will always have to worry about depth to some degree given how they're built around the big 3, but it looks like they won't have too many point guard issues going forward.
From 17 feet out, jump shot is good that time. Heinrich's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
This team really dialed in from that mid-range area.
Seems like every hoop they get, Steve, is a step or 2 in from the 3-point line. I mean, you got to take what the other team is giving you, and they're certainly doing that.
Doubled by Bosh. Heinrich and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, you know, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
This is to LeBron. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. And it's an 11-point Heat lead.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
And that one's good. 23 points for Vince Carter. And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his 2nd season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but...
Right around 3 minutes into the 2nd half. The Heat leading by 6. Heinrich dishes to Wade. He feeds it to Haslam. Vince Carter grabs the miss. Kamen kicks to Murray. He goes up. Blocked. Came in, passes to Carter. And it's Carter again missing. He'd have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. LeBron dishes to Bosh. And Haslam kicks to Bosh. Drains the 19-footer. Bosh has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Bosh is a skilled power forward. He has a polished face-up game. What he really wants to do is catch the ball 15, 17 feet out, turn, face, and use either that jump shot or the quickness to get around his defender.
Well, a big part of his versatility is the accurate jump shot. I mean, able to spread the floor for his teammates as penetrators, and with his 6'11" height, it's a tough shot to recover to.
And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest three-point bombers from the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. O.J. Mayo is second.
These are the gunners, guys. They've got the green light at all times because we know what they can do beyond the arc.
Freedom given is freedom earned, Steve. By putting up those kinds of numbers, they've earned their freedom. And at that position, you got a job to do, and they do it well.
Wade passes to Heinrich. Back to Wade. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. 24 points for Wade.
Well, and you love the way he searched for good shots all game long.
Carter against Wade. Carter dishes to Marion. And it's Sean Marion again missing.
Now you look at Kirk Heinrich, a nice defensive-minded combo guard. Really the ability to guard either guard position. And he had to miss the start of last season after shoulder surgery, and then he had to work his way back after that.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
There's the dish to LeBron. Offensive rebound. Up and in on the layup. Heinrich's got 6 points.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
Nowitzki for 3, and the basket good. And Heinrich at 6'4" does an impressive job defensively.
And Kevin, it's offensively where he's starting to struggle a bit. More of a jump shooter, and I'm sure that surgery didn't help. We'll see if he can get those percentages back up.
Fires at the elbow. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Heinrich. Heinrich's got 6 assists here tonight. Kamen kicks to Carter. Makes the lead pass. Nowitzki, the pass to Marion. Scooped up. Here's Kamen. The shot misses. The Heat leading by 9. Wade outside. Over Carter. Rebounded. Bosh kicks to LeBron. Good on the triple. LeBron's now got 20. And here's Mayo from the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki.
Great action. Back-to-back three-pointers at either end.
Sort of an anything you can do, I can do better situation.
And that does it. Spin. Mavericks trailed by 9. Dirk and Brand playing up front. Bobo out there with Cunningham. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Roddy Bobo. That's his first foul. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Crowder comes in for Dante Jones. And it's Mayo in for Cunningham. Heat also with the sub. Bosh is checked in.
Yeah, points in the paint have been a huge factor here for them.
Steve looking to take it inside and go up strong. That's a remedy for success.
From deep, Beaubois. Sean Lewis pulls it in. The Heat leading by 9. Shoots. Here's Bosh. The second chance bucket is good.
Well, they got it to go that time, and the second chance points really proving to be a major factor.
Yeah, you know what? And I think offensive rebounding sometimes is a bit undervalued, but those extra possessions sure do help.
Beaubois, that's good.
Boy, they have just gone crazy from three-point range since coming out of the halftime break.
Boy, it's been one three after another, Steve, an absolute barrage.
Miller kicks to Chalmers. Passes it to Bosch. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 16 points for Chris Bosch. Beaubois dishes to Mayo. From deep. Chris Bosch with the rebound. Bosch has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Chalmers passes to Lewis. Good. And it's a 12-point Heat lead.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside. He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
They get a hand on it. Miller kicks to Chalmers. Lewis outside. Leads him in there. Leaps for it. And is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. In a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Tell you what, there'll be a lot of focus on that Oklahoma City contest.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Crowder. And it's Carter in for Roddy Beaubois. The Heat also changing it up. LeBron, he's checked in for Lewis. Wade comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Heinrich in for Mario Chalmers. Mayo kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Mayo. And stolen by LeBron. Goes up. And LeBron throws it down hard.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Sprite. Carter dishes to Brandt. Outside Mayo takes a 3. That's good. Mayo's got 22 points.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
And again, LeBron James. 24 points for him.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. Mavericks trailed by 7. Back to Nowitzki. Launches it. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, Dirk is just so good at the offensive end of the floor, Kevin. The ability to shoot over the top of people. He's added so many things to his game, too. Post-ups, getting to the rim, being aggressive, and going to the foul line. Dirk Nowitzki, a first ballot Hall of Famer, no question.
Most definitely, Steve. This guy has been phenomenal throughout his career, and very few situations bother him. He's clutch as a scorer, and he's more clutch because he's an excellent free throw shooter, too. Well, that's a quality look there. The defense a bit late.
And 2 straight now from long range, putting up points in a hurry, Clark.
And here are the Heat now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Wade outside. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. LeBron against Mayo. Back to Carter. Pass to Nowitzki. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And here's Mayo for 3. But they get it back. Feeds to Nowitzki. And there's the pass to Marion. Here's the dish to Mayo to tie it up. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's now got his 4th rebound in this one. Heinrich kicks it out to LeBron. Fires from the wing. Offensive rebound. Wade can't hit. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. And it's Wade with the rebound.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
He passes to Heinrich. Back to Wade. Takes it up. It's in!
There was no question about it. He was going to finish that one off.
The Mavericks have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Carter for 3. Nails it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Huge bucket.
They don't get much bigger than that, Steve.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. LeBron against Marion. He kicks it to Haslam. Kicks it to Bosch. Shot clock at 6. Over Marion. Yes!
This is exactly what happens when you allow Chris Bosh to get going.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth. And here's Mayo from the arc. And it's Haslam with the rebound. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little overeager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well done converting those free throws. He was not going to pass up that opportunity to pad the lead.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Mayo from beyond the arc for 3. And the foul called on Sean Marion. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Here's Curry. Here's Cunningham. Dallas, no good that time either.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there. Challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.